Oha.
Was ist?
Ich sehe uns hier. Okay, that looks right. I think we are online. We have ultra low latency. We have viewers. I think we are online. Hey everyone!
Hello everyone!
So can you hear us? Can you see us? Works everything fine for you? Whew.
Please give us a message that we know that you can hear us and we can start.
So we have a stream, excellent. Everything.
And then we have still
fine.
2 minutes time, Max.
Yeah, lucky us. Okay, so at the end, this is the full screen. Let us. I hope this is not too loud now.
This is the full screen.
No, that's perfect. Cool. Okay, so test monitor is working. Working station is working. I think we are.
And we are both here. So this is my very first live stream. I've never had any experience with live streaming. So I hope I'm doing this well.
You will do that all right, I think.
And let's see what's gonna happen.
Yeah. So what we have planned today is we want just to tell a little bit about how the story is performing, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then we want also go into the code, writing something. We prepared a little design for today. And as you can see, I already improved a bit in the streaming stuff. So I hope everyone can see and hear everything right. If you have questions or anything, because Mahtab will be the driver today, so you will write the code.
Yeah.
I will be the backseat driver or pair programmer, as the people tell it. And what we will do is, telling a bit. So, is that okay for you guys? So leave a like in the chat or something. Give us some
something.
so that we know that you are live.
Know that you are live and you can hear us fine.
Whoa, hey Taha. Taha.
Hey Taha.
How are you doing? All right. So
Perfect.
we can start maybe with.
Yeah, we can show maybe our design, which we already prepared.
Do you directly want to start with the design and everything, or do we want shortly to talk about our channel? Because we are so close to 1,000 subscribers.
Right. You are right. So let's tell us. We are so close to reach 1,000 subscribers.
Yeah.
Who knows? Probably we can do it during our live stream and reach the 1,000 subscribers.
Hey, look at that.
Still 9. I think we
9
need
subscribers
9
away.
subscribers. And after we can reach it.
Yeah. So the plan is when we reach it, we wanted to make a 1,000 subscriber special. Suddenly it went everything way faster than we thought. So we couldn't finish that off yet. But it is on the way, so no worries. Yes, Taha, you will get your shirt. It's already prepared. I created already the logo. It's on the side of the name and everything. So maybe we write something like I love Taha or something. Thank you for supporting us since the beginning. That was amazing.
Yeah.
Helped us a lot.
Hi, Amateur Coda and Anil and Abhishek. I hope I pronounced it right. We are happy that you are here and you motivate us much.
Yeah. Cool.
Amazing. So, Max, should we start with the design?
Okay, go for it.
So, we prepared already
Mahtab, slowly. We have now, you have to do everything yourself. So you have to change first the screen for everyone.
Okay,
So,
I'm still learning. So
you can change here the scenes. So yes, for example, that one, and they can also see us. So now you click on transition. And with a bit of luck, our people can see both screens. Oh, that looks good. Perfect.
So here we go. This is the app which we want to create. Probably some of you guys know that already, that I had a project which I call it Save Recipe app. And I couldn't finish it, and we decided to continue the app here in live streaming with you guys. Mm-hmm. So we can learn something from you and you can support us, and at the end we hope that we can finish the app and we can also publish it. Why not?
Yes, exactly. And we want to do that in a weekly special. So that means every Wednesday is our plan at the moment, right?
Yeah.
So every Wednesday we want to have a short session together where we write on the app.
Yeah.
And so everything is a bit more planned. You know when it's going on. And yeah, hey now, Mr. Coding.
Perfect. So what we want to reach is to, when we find a recipe in internet, I normally do I want to do some screenshots and save these screenshots in our app or in our
Sorry,
application.
it's again very hot. Over there.
So, we want to save these recipes in our application. So it's going to be what we decide is to have here in top of our screen a SliverAppBar. After that, we want to create search inbox. Here may be recipe of the day, a random recipe or something like that. And we would like to have some categories like noodles, rice, chicken, beef, veggies, or something like that.
Exactly.
Yeah, Max?
Okay, exactly.
Is something that you want to
No,
add?
I think that is a very good idea. So we don't have the possibility yet for adding this stuff. Maybe you have a very good idea where we can place that. And looks delicious. Very good. Exactly. We don't know yet where we want to place everything, but that is where the live stream comes into place. We want to work with you together here. Our idea was that when we scroll on top here, that the image goes up and we have an app bar up here where we have also the add button or something. So that was the idea. And yeah, now I would say let's go right into code. Or are there any questions?
If you have any other ideas which we can add or which we can take in consider, please just let us in the chat box. And now here we go, we will create a new Flutter app. Maybe save recipe.
You can also take it a bit closer to you. It's maybe more, yeah. Make yourself comfortable. I think we have the time. So yeah, as you know, Mahtab likes Android Studio Code, so she will work in there. I'm sorry for you guys. And what we can do is we could also change to full screen for the image. Or may I get the mouse for a second? So you can write here the code and I'll take that one.
Right.
Let me see what we can do here.
You don't want to take my mouse.
Ah, yeah, true.
Perfect. This one and this one. We don't need any title at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
And
so give us a second. Before you start now writing a stateless widget, I would recommend this time that we create the whole folder structure and everything in a well-placed manner. Because this time we have a fully fledged app, right? So we want to have a bit more than just writing everything in one. So like we do in a CodePen usually.
Okay. So probably some folder structure.
Exactly. So I would recommend a folder structure for that. And yeah.
Okay, we will have maybe at first our screens.
Mm-hmm.
And in the screen we will have our where's my dart? Here. The homepage.
Yeah, let's call it homepage. I think
or
we'll start somewhere. Or dashboard, yeah.
Dashboard.start. Should we add right now other folders for the...
I would say we take them whenever they come to it. So we start with the screens and whenever we have it. I would maybe name the dashboard to dashboard _ screen just to make it more explicit later.
Okay.
I think that helps.
Refactoring, renaming.
I think you have to shift and then you... Wait, no, may I? You have to select the file and then shift and you have that on the touch board.
Oh yeah, okay. Very fancy.
So it's not her laptop, just that you know.
And here we go, dashboard screen. Perfect. So.
Oh, wait a second. I see right now that we have the problem here. Sorry. That we have right now the problem that our face is directly on top of everything. So maybe the people don't see. So I move that a bit around. And maybe this one is one level down. Sorry, guys.
Okay, but the structure is still some...
Yeah, we're getting used to it, I think. So, yeah, I think it's better. Or even, yeah, no, it's fine. Good.
It's fine?
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay, so Let's start with the stateless widget, and this gonna be the class which we have is the dashboard screen. I will
Doesn't.
oops.
Okay, you have option enter.
Option enter, which
Doesn't
doesn't
work?
work at the moment. That's fine. Okay, import. Here we have the
Material, right?
material.
Yeah.
Yes, here we go.
That was odd.
That was.
Maybe because we
somehow-
have some issues in the dot analyzer.
Okay. So, and our home screen, maybe this is better. To already, I will do it in the
Yeah, used
iOS
to.
simulator.
Why not in the Mac OS? It's faster. So
It's better?
yeah, I would recommend that.
Okay. Mac OS.
So we are working right now on the master channel. So if there is something wrong, we will switch. But for the basic usage that we want to use it, I think that should work. There's still some issues.
Analysis issues. My homepage isn't fine. Yes, right. So, where I will have here the dashboard screen on.
Mm-hmm.
And I hope that's this time. Why can I not import it automatically? Do you know that?
No, I have to try it. I don't know.
But
Maybe we have to switch to Visual Studio Code.
no, Max.
No?
We can.
But this is not working, Mahtab. You have to make it with packages and everything. So it's a bit odd. Let's try if we can have it here. I'm a terrible backseat driver, by the way. Sorry for that. Board screen. So if we take that, now it's imported automatically.
Ah, yeah, perfect.
But it's somehow it doesn't work. Maybe we have to restart the
Application.
the Android Studio for a second, because that would be horrible if you want to write everything without the holy option enter.
Yeah, for sure. We should take the advantages that we have.
So,
See if the option enter will work now.
no, still nothing. That's interesting. Is that great? Okay.
Do you have any ideas, guys? Why our option enter doesn't work?
I'm on a better stable channel from Android Studio. Maybe this is an issue. This is working, but this is not. That is very odd.
Do you want to head to Google what's going on here?
Yeah, but doesn't help, right? So what I would recommend is that we just swap the version back to the old one. I know, guys, I'm sorry for the timeout for that. The old version is still running. That should be a pretty good MacBook Pro at the moment. So it should work, actually. I'm just thinking that I have to roll back to the old version of Android Studio. Yeah, here we go.
Cross fingers.
Yeah, let's see. Sometimes older versions are better. Especially stable versions. I hear they are pretty good. So now we can't even see Android Studio anymore. Oops. Okay. Technical difficulties. We will be back in a second.
Did you attend to the meetups from yesterday? The Flutter meetups from yesterday from London and Germany, guys?
Yeah, because Rody Davis yesterday had a very good talk with. So.
You have the XD for UI? Yes.
Uh-oh. Yes, we are using Adobe XD. I think it was free, and since then I'm using it. But I hear often that we should swap.
Why? What's the reason?
I think there is a very cool project that where you can do everything online, and a lot of people really enjoy that. I used it too for a lot of things.
Yeah, I know that. I think Taha told me already.
So Dart update, all the plugins updating, restarting, try again.
To be honest, we tried everything before we start with streaming, but I think somehow
the Flutter
every time we have some surprising.
Yeah, so the Flutter community yesterday was just amazing. I don't know, it was so good. We watched all 4 hours. We were tired like crazy yesterday evening.
Yeah.
Hey, look at that, it works.
Perfect. Amazing, Max.
Whew. Save the day.
I don't want to. Where is our streaming?
The streaming should be
Here
on.
we go. Perfect.
Cool.
And we decided to start the Mac OS.
What was your favorite talk yesterday, Jordi?
In the chat and describe your chat. Perfect! This sounds
Really?
amazing.
Yeah, I was not sure if it is okay to chat so much. I think in one of the questions I asked, he not even mentioned my name just because I was so advertising with my channel. So I feel always a bit bad.
I think it's fine.
Yeah, it's
As far as...
Look at that, we have our things running. That is perfect.
Perfect. So, I don't like the container, so I bring the scaffold and...
No, I never tried. I never tried an Adobe XD2 Code plugin. You can recommend there anything?
So here we go. I have now here my scaffold. I would say we will have an app bar. Is it what you have to go? Yeah. Or we would like to use the slivers, but okay, we don't have actually an app bar right now. But we decided to use the search box later as an app bar.
Yes.
Or what you want to do?
We can try with the SliverAppBar. That would be one option. So that is the movement. But what we also can do is we can start first to lay out our app before we start to make such fancy things like Sliver. But on the other hand, we can do both.
Okay, or what you can do is probably just to take as a try the container for now and put the image inside and everything.
Yeah, we can start with that.
Okay, so here instead of...
Yeah, Rody is a machine. I was so impressed by everything he works on and how fast he produces code. That is crazy. I don't know if you follow him on GitHub repository, but it's crazy how much repository he has open. I think over 400, 490 or something.
Max, I would like to have an image.
Oh yeah.
For now.
Yeah.
What do you think? It's fine?
Yeah, could be fine. I would recommend you maybe take in a network image so we don't have to use assets. And the benefit would be we can use an API for that to get the images for food, for example.
Okay.
As a placeholder image.
For the network image, do you have any URL which we can use it?
Give me a second, I'll check it out.
There's one open source plugin and there's another one official presented on Flutter. I think that looks like it's not yet time for that. Yeah.
Yeah, so how was it? That is unsplashed, API media, nope.
Sorry guys if I'm a little bit
you could work with a placeholder instead of a network image yet, or without an image yet. Just use a placeholder.
Okay.
Yeah.
And with a placeholder. To be honest, I've never used that.
And if you save now, you will see what it is. It is very straightforward. Perfect, or?
Perfect.
So
Right. Sounds good.
with the placeholder, we have the option to replace all the images for now.
Okay.
And just lay out our application like we want to have it at the end. And then we bring images or anything inside. So we keep the performance as best as possible for the development process.
Okay.
And the images and everything around it will come later.
Okay. Sounds great.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what we need here is, if we want to use the Sliver later, we want to put and embed our search inbox on top of our slivers, which means that we need a stack.
Yeah, I think so.
Is that correct?
Probably, yeah. What we could do is, I don't know if you have the API already open, but we could take a look how the SliverAppBar is implemented, just in case if it is more difficult or if we just do it with the placeholder for now.
Okay. And I think what we should also to consider is that we need here a column with everything. Oh?
Yeah.
Okay. So, but first is wish the Sliver in Flutter. SliverAppBar, and this is what we would like to use. So, expanded height, flexible space. Is there anything else? No, it's fine. We need the constructor.
Do you know lorem flicker was it?
What about?
Oh, so sorry. I just searched for an API that we can use to get the images from. And
flexible spaces, we have a text, and we have action with the icon bar. Okay, this is gonna be max with the icon bar gonna be something like that, and this is our text, right? This is gonna be our title.
Yes, so as I see, we have the whole Sliver bar, but is it now part of an app bar from a scaffold? Because this example that could be included in a custom scroll view or Sliver. XD to Flutter. Let's have a look.
Does it mean that we can just use that and create our project? So will they...
I use stay with your Sliver to see how it works. I just want to see what Jordi has here in mind.
Okay. Constructor is the SliverAppBar.
But as far as I've seen, I think you... Oh, no worries. It's all right.
It's perfect.
It's amazing. As I said, I would just take a look that I understand what you are talking about. Because if this is working, that would be a nice future thing.
Okay, that means...
Wow.
Okay, Max, here you read that the slivers are the first child of a custom scroll view. Which means I need a custom scroll view at first.
Okay.
Right?
Yes.
Okay, here we go.
At least this is what I read.
Yeah. So I will replace our scroll view and anything like that.
Okay. Scroll view. Yeah, that sounds right. The first child of a custom scroll view. So is it part of a child? So do you have your child?
I don't have any child.
Okay, so Sliver is the child of custom scroll view.
Yeah.
So the first Sliver more or less would be then the app scroll, the app Sliver bar, or what is the name?
So
No. What is the name?
I thought
SliverAppBar.
SliverApp. Okay. SliverAppBar. Oh, great. Okay.
Perfect.
I would like to see here.
Oh, look at that.
Okay.
It's already blue.
Yeah,
Perfect.
perfect. So here we go. We will have a height and a title.
So yeah.
What do you think if I do just like this? Not exactly, something like that. I'm going back here and here we go. Something like this one.
Okay.
I did it. Perfect. Okay. Flexible space. The text gonna be.
So wait, let's start with the height. I would say so. We just take a look into the into our design and take a look how high it is. Then we have the first thing already.
Right.
So 300 pixel, for example.
Yeah. It's gonna be 300. And the next thing, flexible spacebar. I think we don't have a title. Is this right?
We don't
No,
have a title
not
yet.
really.
No.
Okay. And the icon button.
So
We don't have also any icon button. I need an image. So which means I can actually replace the icon button with an image. What do you think?
But it's an action, right? So an action is most likely an icon on the right side or something.
Yeah, right.
It would be better that we have a child or anything. So has the slip still not? No.
This is an actions. Okay, so let's back to our example. So the problem is actually we want to have a background color, background image. Or
exactly.
so we have here something. Background color. I can think.
I will take a look. Maybe I find something.
So for it, data. Leading and search to the pinner primary shape. Stop search.
All right.
We're always out of the camera sometimes.
So let's have a look. How can we do that with that sliver?
Flutter.
We could just take the flexible.
Yeah. Do you have something?
Yeah, if you go to the Android Studio, you could. I found here a very interesting Stack Overflow that I will just post inside of the streaming in the chat.
Okay.
And if you open that up, that's no problem, Jean. I think if we learn everything together, it makes more fun, right? So we learned something here.
Already.
So exactly. And what we can see here is now the 14 upvote thing. And as you see, they use the flexible space to add an image down here. Do you see that?
Flexible. Here.
Yes. So this flexible space with that image can be our solution here.
Okay. So
let's try that, I think. And on the other hand, I also have the where we get an image from.
Space, which means just let's see if I understand it correctly. In the app bar. Okay, I should have also. Okay, which means generally I should have here also a. What's the name? Flexible space.
Yes. But look at that, we have that already. At the moment, there is the flexible space bar inside.
Okay, so I can actually
replace that, yeah.
Replace that with the image. And I will take the network image here.
Careful, the network image is a provider for an image. So you have to wrap it around an image.
Good call. Okay. So, and now I will have an image and I can use now the network image. Oops. Do you have here? No?
Search my string?
Yeah, here we go.
You found it. I sent you a link here, and that is Lorem Flickr. The cool thing here is we can just enter, for example, a category at the end. So I did it with food at the moment. So if you see that, whenever we call this API here, we get a 300 by 300 pixel image with a category of food. So that means there are burgers, everything. So whenever we call this API, we receive another picture. And so we can lay out our things where we have the placeholders at the moment.
Did you adjust the dimension of the picture?
Yes, they are just part of the URL. So you can just change them to whatever you need. And yeah, that should do the trick.
Okay, perfect. Sounds great. So let's use it.
Oh, that is not the right one. Careful. You need the short one that you see up there.
Okay.
Right click.
Copy this one.
Yeah. Good. So now let's see how the app look like. Still quite large.
Version invalid.
Oh, that looks weird.
I think I can also close this one. Okay. It's quite blue.
Why is exactly? Why is there no image? So the image is not working, I think, right?
What do you think if I maybe
refresh sometimes.
Before to do.
Yeah, Jody, it's quite handy with these lorem things, the random user picture, for example, or these image pictures and so on. Also, Pexels provides something like that, and I think Unsplash also. So you have there an API where you can call with random images. It's a bit weird that it's still bluish.
Have actually with this one,
There was we surrounded that beforehand with the flexible space. There was something else, you remember? Maybe that has to be back again.
Okay, it could be. Let's see here. If I'm going to the local history, show the history to me and see what I changed here. I had a flexible spacebar, and that was just a title inside.
Yes, and okay.
Did we need this flexible spacebar?
Yes, I'm pretty sure we need that. Yeah.
So.
And I think also our image will change a little bit. So can you cut that out, the whole image? We need that later, but I see we have to surround it with a lot of stuff. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And how did you figure it out?
I found an API call, the API from the flexible spacebar, which I share in this chat in a second. So.
Okay.
So and on this, if you go on that page. I always said, are you sure? But yep, here we are. And here we inside of the example, if you scroll a bit down, you can see we have here a SliverAppBar, where we have our expanded height of 300. Yeah. And you see here, there is an image on top of it. Yeah. So I thought, where comes this image from, right?
Yes.
And the good thing is we have here the background, which is a stack. And there is a child, or there are multiple children inside, and one of them is the image. So
and on top of that is the title, probably, or the text.
Probably,
or
yes.
Or is it probably a report? Okay, so that means we have the SliverAppBar, and now we need... Is it a trigger?
No, we need the flexible space, right, that we have. So and inside of here we have the background that we want to fill with an image.
But I was wondering if we need this one also because of the trigger or something like that.
Callback for stretch. I think that is for later if we want to do something with that.
Okay.
Let's see.
So the flexible space at first.
Can you move a bit to the right? Maybe we can try that. Then I don't sit. So much better for my feet.
Okay.
Thank you.
So flexible space bar.
Oops. You can take the laptop with you, right? There's no issue. So. This is not a class. You have to,
Flexible
spacebar. There it is.
Spacebar.
Okay. So and inside here we have the background.
Here we have background.
Yes.
And this is our
Image.
image.
So Command V. If you press now, wait a second, slowly. You have it copied, we have everything. If you press Command Shift and V,
Command Shift V.
yes, you can have here the history of all your paste, copy and paste things. For Visual Studio Code, this is also possible. I think you need to have a plugin for that.
Okay.
Yeah, so then you have the history of your pastings and you can paste it and you don't lose anything, and so you don't miss that anymore. So
perfect.
Cool.
So
paste it.
let's paste this one. We have too many commands like that, and
still no image.
Sure.
There are some.
Under title, and now the background is in a stack, which we don't need it at the moment. And
but maybe we have to make the box fit color, the box fit cover. You see down here that image has the fit mode of box fit cover. Maybe this is what is missing.
box fit.
Yeah, cover.
Box fit that cover.
So let's have a look. Still not. I asked myself, is the URL actually returning something? Because what I saw, the image itself comes from another resource. Maybe if we navigate to it, yeah. And now just take this information here. Yeah, and go back. No, still not.
Actually, the hot reload should work, which it doesn't. Okay.
So we have it hide flexible space is 300.
We had hit a scaffold, vertex image.
Can you try to add to the Sliver's flexible space image? Yeah.
We have here in the app bar.
Can you change the background color maybe to transparent?
Yeah.
Maybe it is set from the theme, and then if the theme is set, maybe that is overlaying to that. Oh, that would be nasty.
Should be here.
Yeah, that should be there.
Background color, gonna be the colors transparent.
And now nothing is there anymore. Okay, so that is not the part.
Blue. Is it nice?
And another thing that I would like to try is, can you add a stretch to the SliverAppBar?
To the SliverAppBar, if I can stretch, and what's gonna be? True or false?
Let's try with true first. Interesting enough. I'm still not sure why this is happening.
Okay. Do I miss anything? Flexible space. You see, guys, anything that we don't see, or you realize something? What I was wondering was Max, like, for example,
AppBar. I'm just taking a look at the API anymore. Can you jump in the API? Maybe we find there any more stuff. We can try to add a stack maybe in the background just to make sure that this is not the case, that we just try to copy what we see here.
You mean with the action?
No, to the flexible, like, go to the SliverAppBar.
I think you mean this one.
Yes, exactly. So what can we see here? We have here the background with a stack. Stack fit is expanded. Custom scroll view we have, right? We have also the Sliver. But maybe what I saw is we have here a container surrounding it. What are you doing?
It's a scaffold, okay.
Yeah, so maybe we have removed that container here. Maybe that helps. It shouldn't, but maybe it helps. Okay, still not. And now if we try to surround the background with a stack, the background image with a stack. And then children, right? When a stack has multiple children.
Yeah. And just here we go. Am I right? Not
No, not quite. You have to make columns behind the children.
Ah, you're right. Okay.
Wait, just make a column behind the children.
Yeah.
Yeah, that looks better. Cool.
Okay.
And the stack has also a stack fit expanded. Maybe we can try also this. So also here we have a fit. And I think you have to write it big. Yeah, stack fit is the name.
Stack
and then expand it. That is so weird that we don't see anything. We have the image, we have the decoration box.
Here we have the scaffolds, we have this one, we have the slivers, SliverAppBar, Sliver, we have the SliverAppBar.
Yeah. Interesting. Can you try to remove the transparent once more? Just to make sure that there's... So just remove the background color, transparent. I think that is not the case. I just want to see that anything is there in the app. So if we go back into...
I thought I can see here the app. Okay.
So we have that in actually. So the sliver is moving, right? So custom scroll view allows us to move. So I don't know if you... Yeah, so you see we can already bounce it down and up. So we have to get an image somewhere there inside. And unfortunately, the background seems not to work like we expect. So one point could be that the API is not new or correct anymore. So we have to take a look there. So where can we take a look to find a solution for that? I jump right now into the material. Yeah.
Code. Wait a minute.
Could you try to take this image?
Network or?
Yeah, that is just an option.
Okay, instead of
this exactly. I would do the same like Jordi asks. Mahtab.
What was that? Did I miss something?
Yeah, make it back, please. Try first to take the image that is inside of the code example, because maybe that that image is not possible to get.
Which one? This one.
Yes.
Okay.
But careful, you don't copy everything, correct?
I hope not. Did I?
Yes.
Ready. It's this one.
Mahtab, you need to copy the whole string. It's not enough if you miss the last pieces. Yeah. So I think we need that. That's interesting.
Here you can copy, okay.
Yes. So, and now we add that here. Let's see if it's there. No, still not. And the other thing that he mentioned is, but I don't think that makes a difference, is to use the network, because that shouldn't do a difference, because it is exactly the same thing. It just looks or is smaller. But I think we can try it, right? So let's see. And here we are. And unfortunately, it's still not working. So what is else missing? What do we have else not here in place that is there? So there is a box decoration with a linear gradient to make it a bit darker. I think that shouldn't do any difference.
Decorated box.
Ah, I know the problem. Yeah.
Is it
Guys, it is so easy.
Is it a decorated box?
No. We use desktop, right? And macOS desktop has a restriction in place that we can't execute network images. And if you go down here into, where can we see that actually? There should be an error or warning somewhere, but it is interesting that we don't see that here. Hey Summit, how are you doing?
Hey.
So macOS network image Flutter.
Is the issue?
That is something, that is not really an issue. That is just a restriction from macOS, and we have to set that in Xcode. And I search for the part where we find that.
Okay, that means if I open an iOS simulator, I should see that.
Yes, exactly.
Let's try that.
I think there is somewhere a warning. I thought it's somewhere, but maybe we don't get it yet, or maybe we don't have. But in the console it should be there. Yeah, that's right. Maybe this is an issue word. We should take there a look. But
Nothing. We are doing pair programming, and this is the first time for me, and I don't know.
Yeah.
Which time? How many
the
times?
third time or something. But hey, we're getting better every day. We're getting better. Maybe you can show once more what we want to achieve.
And what are you doing, Summit? What we want to achieve is to create this design, which is gonna be a save recipe app. And at the moment we are trying to implement the slivers, which means that we want to have here an image, and when we are scrolling up, the image should get smaller and we should see the app bar. But as you can see, we are stucking a little bit. So here we go, Max. Amazing.
Oh, did you found it?
Yeah,
yeah.
look at
In
this.
the other one. Yeah, that makes sense.
That was a...
Okay, can you try now with the 300 thingy
And I would like now to
rewrite everything.
undo everything. Which is
And you can go
one.
back further, I think, with that, where we can add the 300 with the parameters and everything. Yep. And go.
I'm on the way.
We don't need a stack anymore, which is beautiful. And
here we go. It should work.
I think it's still the wrong part. Can you just copy that, Lauren? Flicker
minute.
once more? Yeah. Yes.
And here we have
Image.
this one. Delicious, guys, isn't it? Perfect. So that means if I'm scrolling up, you can see that the image gets smaller. To be honest, I thought it's gonna be much more complex. Good.
Did it work already? I'm sorry.
Yeah, look at that.
Perfect. Cool. So that's the cool thing about the Sliver. It works out of the box. The animations are already there. What are you taking a look? Because
I'm looking at the... Can you see the name?
Yeah, but
under the image?
I think he's happy.
Perfect. So I would say we are pretty...
Just give us a second. I think we should also create it for desktop, because then everyone can see how it works. Or?
Yeah.
Because we started with the desktop version, so we should go there a bit further and also make it possible that we can get the images from.
Okay, I thought it's an issue. Okay.
No, it's not an issue. It's just we have to add it to the Xcode
Okay.
for the desktop version. And there is just a true-false flag that we have to set somewhere, and I just need to know where it is. But
okay, does it mean that I should open a project in Xcode?
yes. So open the project, the macOS project. That is very important in Xcode. So
okay, make this one.
no, this is iOS.
The Mac OS. Here we go.
I think so. Yes, Summit. And now you can reveal it in Finder.
Reveal it in
Down here?
Finder.
Yeah. And click on list or something where we can read something. Yep. Open up the macOS.
Open it here.
And then the
run
Xcode Proj.
Yeah.
The upper one. Yes.
Here we go.
So now we hopefully have no updates here.
Do you know if Stretch True enabled the stretch animation on Android as well?
Yeah, I think so.
I
We can
don't
try
know,
that.
you know.
We can just open up the other emulator in a second, but I think
Okay.
it will work. I'm pretty sure with that. So, and now we need the Apple Security Network Client entitlement. And where can we add
Where
the
can we find
entitlements? Yep, give me a second. If we are here. Yeah. So to contain damage, overview, network. Where do I add them?
What's the name again, Max?
It's an entitlement. Can you try to, I think capabilities and sign in maybe? No, that, yeah, I don't know where exactly that is.
No, it's not gonna be. Download folders.
Just a second, I'm searching for it. Entitlements plist is the name.
Is the file or is the... Because back then I've tried to enable it but could not. I've seen some Stack Overflow answer, that's why you're talking about adding physics property.
Okay. Yeah, could be. I'm not sure, Summit. We have to take there a look. But I think there is a lot of doing already. So if you scroll here a bit down to background modes or app sandbox, can you just add the network here, incoming connections and outgoing connections? Yeah, and just try to save it. Or if you follow up the info plist here.
Here I have product copyright, bundle identifiers, product name. Nothing actually.
In the info plist up here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, here we have the multiple things. And I think if we, can we add here something? I think with a right click you can add there something.
Here we go.
Yeah. And now can you search for network client? No, client maybe? Nah, I'm sorry.
No.
That doesn't do it. Okay. That's sad.
No. Okay.
Okay, I don't find it yet now.
I don't know.
Then just keep it with the iOS simulator for now, or with the Android simulator, whatever you like more.
But we actually change a little bit.
We can just try it, yeah.
If it works already or not, or whatever. For us. Let's see what's going on here. Yeah.
No,
unfortunately.
Still nothing.
Still nothing.
Okay, but anyway, we figured it out. So it is the entitlement of the macOS, and we have to figure out how this works. I will do that a bit more on the side with the research, but you should work further with the iOS, I think. Yeah.
I will just minimize the other one, and if we can find any solution, we can continue with that one. Good. The next thing that we want to implement is going to be, what do you think? Should we at first go further with the recipe of the day, or should we implement our search field? So I would say at first I will go further with the background, so the recipe of the day and the category, because it's going to be, I think, a stack.
Okay.
Doesn't...
what do you mean? What is a stack?
I think it's going to be a stack on top of our whole background, or?
I think the whole thing will be a stack, right? Because that is a custom scroll container. So we have a scrollable thing that is the whole part.
It's going to be a column, right?
No, well, yes, but you have already the sliver, remember? So every part of that will be its own sliver, more or less.
Okay.
So because a sliver is already scrollable.
I thought the sliver gonna be just for this part. No, it's for whole.
Exactly, it is the whole part. So everything is moving then at the end. So with that, we have already covered that.
Okay.
And we now have the only thing that has to be done later is the search bar has to be as a stack somewhere. I'm not sure how we achieve that yet. So we will have there taking a look how it works.
Okay, so I'm going to create it first, this part.
Yes.
And at the end we can take care of the search box.
I think that is a good idea.
Okay. So I will just put it here in the side that I can see sometimes. And here I have this one. So here we have the slivers. Gonna be, how did you call the recipe of the day?
Sorry.
Sorry, Max.
No worries. Just talk louder so everyone hears you.
I am. Okay. So I thought to add. My SliverAppBar is working like a column, right, Max?
Yes, more or less.
More or less. So I thought I can directly add a widget here, but I think it's not completely right.
No, the problem is a sliver is always a special class. So in a custom scroll view, you can see we have slivers up here. And if you jump inside of the slivers once, if you command click on the slivers here, the sliver on top.
Oops, sorry.
Yep.
This one.
Now you can see we have here a list of widgets. Well, that was not what I wanted to see. I hope they have a parent class for that. But it seems that they have just a container of that should work actually.
I thought it's somehow like
child of type render sliver, but received the type of render paragraph. So it needs to be part of the render sliver.
Okay.
So for example, a sliver grid or a sliver fixed extended list. So something that is moving with us.
Okay.
You can see the different parts here. That is a SliverAppBar. Then we have the sliver grid. Or what do we have else?
A sliver fixed extended list.
Okay, so we can try one of these.
Okay, I would say the fixed extended list, even though I don't know what are the difference between them.
I would recommend that we just take a look into the documentation for both, and then we decide what we want and what we need, right?
Okay. Why should I look in the documentation when I can invest 2 hours and try it out?
Yeah, there is it already. You see the class.
Yeah, perfect.
Cool.
Sliver fixed extend list. Multiple box children with the same main axis extend in a linear array. Hi guys, thanks for doing this. We don't have a lot of Flutter live coding streaming around. You afford alright.
Very happy that you like it.
Thank you.
If you missed the beginning, we want to do that now every week. So every Wednesday, we want to start a little live coding sessions. So if you want, you can be part of it.
Good. And I will just quickly have a look here. What's going on in this one? Sliver grid class. A sliver that places multiple box children in a 2-dimensional arrangement. Do we have here any? No.
You can just take a look and do the video, I think. That should be no problem. So whenever you are stuck with any parts, you can take a look into these amazing Flutter widgets of the week. But I think you know that already.
This view and read.
Exactly.
You scroll. Okay.
But there is a SliverList and SliverGrid. So you have these two options, right? SliverList seems to be taking the whole space of the app.
Okay.
And SliverGrid seems to be that you can add multiple columns and multiple rows for that.
Perfect.
So
I would say the SliverList is the right one for us.
It sounds like that, yeah.
Okay. So, and
the good thing
fixed
is
extend list.
Yes.
Yes.
The good thing is if we jump right now, I found the solution maybe for our entitlements. So if you have a second and jump into your Android Studio.
Okay.
And jump here, macOS. And you open up the runner.
Yes.
Yes. You found then here the .entitlements things, like debug.
It's here.
And you see here the client is already here for you. I don't know actually which one we have to add, so I take another look. But I should have that in a second. Why did I close it? Yeah, but so you have the one with the debug profile, which is that one that we see here, and we have the release entitlement, and we added 2 things, but they are there for both. Still, I'm very
sounds great. I will definitely do.
very weird that this is not working. All right,
So
so we skipped that really for today. I'm not sure why it's not working, but what you can do is just close the other one. That doesn't take more resources. Yeah, terminate
this one.
Okay, so we will work with iOS Simulator for now. Hey Messiet, hope you are good today.
So let's going further here. What did I break? Nothing.
So exactly, you had the problem with the text.
I actually just delete the text
Cool.
part. Okay, text widget.
Mhm.
Perfect. So what did we decide? We decided to use here the list one, right?
Yeah, SliverList, right?
A sliver fixed extend list. Such a long
Is
name.
it really that long? Okay. Is there
Sliver
not?
fixed extend list.
Yeah, but if I read here, it's just SliverList, so I'm a bit slow. We have the Sliver grid here. That is the first part, right? That you
Yeah.
can see here. And now we search for the other one, SliverList, and it's just SliverList.
Which one is it? It's this one.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm happy with this, but actually because we searched for this one. Okay. Anyway, I wanted to add here.
Careful. One deeper. All right, so underneath the app bar, you see there is the array that ends. And
Yeah.
no, above that, because we want to have it in the
Yeah.
array. Now, okay.
Sliver
List.
list.
Yes. Oh, look at that. We have also an animated list. That is cool.
Sliver animated list, Sliver chat.
So, but stick with the Sliver list for now.
Yeah,
We don't
for
need
now,
any
it's
animation.
Good. So I hope I can directly use, for example, our text widget here.
I'm pretty sure that is not possible. No.
No?
No.
Sadly.
Because as you could see inside of your code editor right now, you have two named parameters that you can pass inside. So can you just pass anything inside? No, right? So
No.
we have a constructor, and that constructor takes some variables,
Yeah.
and one of them is a delegate, and the other one is a key. If you
Yeah.
press Control space, here, delegate
Okay.
and key.
Yeah.
And what we need now is a delegate. And if we jump into the Sliver list, we can take a look what is that Sliver delegate that we need. And you can see here that a required thing is a Sliver child delegate on top here.
Sliver child delegate.
Exactly.
Yes.
And now we have to take a look what is that.
Okay, let's have a look here.
So what we can see here is that it's somehow created and it is abstract constructor. So it will not help us immediately.
Okay.
So for that we have to go to the API, right? To see what it's done.
See how this gonna be work. Okay.
And then we want to create our thing, right?
Yes. Visual children, you can press Command P to see the parameter. You can press in and do that about Mahtab and I. Yeah. Great. I will do it for next time. And now.
Yes. So we are at the creation. We want to create that Sliver child list delegate, right? And to create that, we click inside of that delegate so that we see how it works, right? And now let's have a look.
Suppose children for server using explicit lists. I'll go here.
Here we have our constructors, and you
Yes.
can see that one of the parameters is a children.
Yes.
And with that, we can most likely work like what you expect. So back to our editor. Oh, I forgot my coffee. Jeez.
Okay. Let's leave a child delegate.
Ooh.
And
Do we have to import that?
I don't think so.
Ah, list
Let's see.
delegate. There is a name mismatch. So Sliver child list delegate is the name.
A Sliver child list
There
delegate.
we are.
Here we go. Perfect. And now, oops, sorry.
So
Oh,
let's try
why
the
did it
command
appear?
P1, just what Samet said. So you have
Appear?
no, you have to be inside of the constructor of Sliver child list delegate, and now you see all the different parts that you can have inside.
Children. Okay. Now we want to have our children. Or is it?
Yes, it is, but it's not a named parameter, and with that you have to pass just a list inside. List of widgets, right?
Yeah. Should I write list?
No.
No.
How do we create a list in Dart? Exactly.
Here we go. So, we'll create a list And finally, we can write, what was that? Recipe of the day.
Exactly.
Recipe of the day. And see how does it look like. Yeah, great. We made it. Okay. We can maybe style a little bit our text. Text style. And maybe the font size. 42.
I would check that with the, I would check the font size with the design that we got.
It's true. What is the font size that we have? It's 20. Okay, and I would say...
How does it behave now with that sliver? So if we move that, wow, look at that, that's so good.
That's really good.
Okay, cool.
Okay, cool. What do you want more? What is it just black? Yeah, or?
Yeah,
color?
I think it's just black.
Yeah, okay. We need some padding.
Yes, I think you're absolutely right with that.
But the padding is not just for our text. It's gonna be for our whole background, actually.
For the whole bottom part of that,
yes.
Right? So the sliver stays like it is, but I think the bottom part needs some padding. That is right. So
do you think we can have here some?
The problem will be that,
here?
as far as I know, the SliverList delegate doesn't allows us to create a padding surrounding it, right? And I think the SliverList will also not allow that, because the SliverList, but what we maybe have is a sliver padding or something like that. So for that we needed to search in the API or just try around. Sliver padding, look at that.
Isn't it nice?
Yes.
And what do I have here is...
a padding, of course.
Padding, which I will just do that, Max, at first. Oops.
What is that?
Sorry. It's
how do we do paddings?
like that.
Yeah, now. Okay, I help you shortly. We have an edge inset.
Yeah, okay.
And I think that is symmetric, right?
Edge.
So down here, we want to have it on the left, on the right.
Yes.
So we can make it symmetric.
Symmetric we go. And
horizontal, right? Yeah,
guys,
it's the stream nervousity.
I'm not nervous at all.
I know that from the first time.
So don't take it wrong. And here we have now this one.
Yeah, why is it red? So the child is red. What is happening here? We
don't have child, I think. That the name parameter child isn't defined.
Okay, what is the...
So I think that was the command P.
Yes.
Widget silver.
Okay, so we have not a child, we have a sliver. All right.
It's not silver. Here we go.
Cool.
That's okay.
So how does it look like?
Good question. Let's see here. It's better now. We have some padding, but
that's
Max, actually we have all around, which means the horizontal is going to be probably, I would say, 20 or something.
Oh, yeah.
And on top, we have also on top and bottom. But
on the bottom, I wouldn't do anything, because if you remember, we have a sliver, so we navigate anyway. Yeah, so why should we have a bottom part? Right.
But the question is, do you know how can I see what is the padding here in our design?
Yes, we have there multiple ways. Number one would be, we can see that the x-axis is 23 misaligned. Okay. So this is very bad practice of the designer, which was me, so you can blame me for that. So usually we do it on point something. And the other part is, if you press any button, I'm not sure anymore, I think shift or anything. If you select that option, and
here we go.
So you can see with option, you have the the parts. If you go on the layer below, you can see the amount of space that it takes away. So if I take, for example, that image here, you can see it's around 40.
Okay.
So something like that.
So, great, here we go. And we will have, I will now, instead of symmetric, We should not put a hard code number in code. Hard code called 10, isn't it? For different screen size. It's the way to get media padding values.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we don't have an option here. The problem is, or at least I couldn't find that yet. We could use media query off and then start to take the context and try to reduce it by that, so that every device has the same behavior here. Yeah, then we could say something like media query off, we have that screen size, and with that screen size we only use that much padding. But we don't have the benefits like for example,
you can do media query off, content
yes,
size width.
exactly, the media query off.
Which is gonna be the width, gonna be the size of our screen. Please refrain.
I'm so sorry, Sam. Something went very wrong at the moment.
What's going on?
Yeah, as I said, I'm using a lot of tools. One of them is this. He probably tried to post a link, and with that he got blocked somehow, and I tried to fix that. Sorry.
We didn't do that.
It's always, if you use new tools, it's always a bit difficult. So punishment is purge. Okay, yeah.
Something wrong, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, anyway, I tried to take that away somewhere, but it's not so important.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks, it's a link.
Yeah, I removed that for now. So then everything should be fine for the next time. But yeah, so we could use the media query width, and then we could subtract a part of that. So we could take like, okay, if the width is that part, then we could remove that. It's a good question. Should we do that for now? I think if we take the media queries in part, we can do that what we learned yesterday from Rody Davis. That we, for example, should create for the different breakpoints a class. So that means, for example, we have the width of X, and this is the first breakpoint for anything that we have. Okay. And then we can say something like, if the breakpoint is that high, we get this padding, for example. We
can do it, guys. I've never used that, but I'm here for learning, so... Okay,
so what I would suggest is that we, instead of directly start with creating a class, we just do that with the constant file that we know, if you remember. So we create a constant file somewhere and define different breakpoints for our app. And with that, we could check the width for a specific value, and then we set this padding for that. Okay. So that would be an option. So... yeah.
Should you create everything here and after that extract them? Or would you recommend to do it directly outside?
For now, I would start with one breakpoint, because we are working just for the device of the iPhone at the moment. And so what I would suggest is, what do we have here anyway? From window padding. Window padding, never heard that. Maybe that is an interesting part that we could use.
Just let's see to...
But as you see, it is a very interesting discussion. So yes, we absolutely should not just use hard-coded stuff for our information. I sometimes do, especially if I just do as here. But you see, it creates inset that matches given window padding.
Using the media query off.
Okay, yeah, so with the media query off, the media query off has the benefit that it re-triggers a build of the build function. So when you, for example, narrow down a screen size, it will automatically rebuild everything. Okay.
What about the class responsive layout? That is mobile, I use something
exactly,
like
Jordi. That was
example. Okay.
Exactly. So we could create a class like responsive layout, for example, and in that class we would have something like is mobile. Okay. But even there we would have, and this class is mobile would then just have the information if it is a mobile device, for example, with a true false, or the breakpoint with the width that is necessary. Okay. So that are the options that we have. So. Yeah, we can do that. I think that makes sense. So let's do that, or not?
Okay, yeah.
So easy enough. We go into the projects and create a new file.
I would say we can...
I would create a new directory for that. Yeah. That we call, for example, utils. Utils? And inside of utils, we create that nice little responsive layout, for example, Or
responsive. Yep.
No, underline, right?
Underline?
Yeah.
Layout. Dot start. Oops. Perfect.
Did it work? Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
So, we need a class. Sorry. Layout.
Yes, and in that class we will have static things.
A small screen, build, context, static boolean. Yeah, okay.
Okay, yeah.
I missed your marks.
Exactly, no, exactly that what he's wrote, we more or less want, right? So he created a method that calls isSmallScreen that takes over a static method so that he don't need to initialize that class, right? Which we can do also.
Okay.
And inside of that method, he returns when anything is below 800 on the width.
So let's create it. The return parameter are gonna be a boolean, and we have, for example, the small. I will use the same
You
name.
could just copy it. I think it's the easiest. Yeah.
Do you think?
Yeah. I mean, it's good enough for that what we want to achieve at the moment. But instead of the 800, let's do that first.
Okay. Let me see if we can copy this like that.
Don't miss to make it also
A boolean.
and static. That is very important because we don't want to instantiate this class at the end. Yeah.
Okay.
Import this one. Yep.
It's gonna be true.
Perfect.
Okay.
And now extract please the 800 because 800 is a name, a number without any context. So when you come back later, you don't know what 800 means, right?
Okay. So we can call it something like mobile screen.
Exactly.
Is it? It's good enough, or mobile width?
Could you call it K mobile width?
Mobile K.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it is constant, it will not change anymore after it is initialized in the beginning.
K mobile width.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
And now create that variable inside of the responsive layout.
Max, how do you do it with option 4?
That was possible when you had the 800 here, but you removed it already, so it's not possible anymore.
So.
Yeah, up there, and say
it's
final const, no?
Yeah. Final const.
Oh, I don't think you need final if it is a const, right? Because, yeah.
Let's see. Oops. No, this one.
So I think you have to remove the final because a const is always final.
Isn't it an integer?
Yeah, but okay, yeah, okay. But remove the final and write const, please, because it is a const. When it is once built, it will never change again. And name it 800 or give it the value 800.
So.
You have really problems with my keyboard.
It's not a German keyboard, it's American or New Zealand or something like that. So the keys are somewhere else.
Different.
Anyway, yeah.
Okay, so yeah, now you copy that down.
Do I have any typos? No, actually not.
No, you don't. But
only static fields can be declared as const.
So call that static in front.
So static.
Now everything is beautiful.
Here we go. Device pixel.
Yeah, because you use that.
Nice work, on. I would love to see more.
See you later, Samit.
See you.
It was nice to see you here around. Thank you for joining. Okay, and now you go back into the responsive into the screen where you have the padding.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So now I will. Okay.
So now what you can do is inside here you could of course just say inset all, right? Then you set it for everything or inset symmetric. But now we want to have to calculate first the value that we need here, right?
Okay.
So for now, just enter symmetric, make it again horizontal with 10. Just
to make it easy at first.
Yes.
Horizontal.
Now give it 10, for example. But the problem here is now this is a fixed value, right?
Yeah.
So and we want to get rid of that. And for this, we need to. Usually we would now do writing a lot of queries, like for example, is it below that certain point, then we do this and this. If we are below this certain point. But thanks to the method of Jordi, we have now the option to just receive that that this screen size where we are is smaller than 800 pixels. So for that, we want to create a method here that gets the pixel in horizontal, for example.
Okay.
Yeah. So what we need is we need more or less somewhat that receives us the pixel parts, because what we get here is only the screen.
Is it true or false?
Correct.
Okay, and if it's true,
we want to have 20.
20, and if it's false, okay. So how about can we do here a ternary operator?
We can do that, yes, for example. But that would, of course, we have to do it with multiple parts if we have more screens. But because we support right now only mobile, we don't have to do that. But in future, whenever we have a new version, we need to add more and more to that. So a ternary operator will maybe not be enough for later versions.
Okay, but for now?
We are happy with that, I think. Is that okay for you, Jordi, or do you want more? Is it Jordi or Jordi?
Jordi, I think.
Yeah, cool.
So, great. Instead of the number, we will call our method.
Yes.
Which was the responsive? No, here. It's a small screen.
Careful, you have to first call the class, right? Because you have a static method inside.
Responsive layout. Dot small screen. And
no worries.
And we will have the context.
Correct.
We will get the context from our scaffold, right?
No, we get the context from our build method.
Yeah, the build of this. Okay, so if this one is true, for example, we will have 20.
Yes, for example.
Yeah. Else, we will have 40.
Jordi, perfect. Catalan, cool. We really have a community from all over the world. It's so great to see everyone here.
Nice. Okay, and I hope this is gonna be work also in other screens.
And we can try that, right?
Yeah, but I think it's nice. It's fine.
Okay.
Oh, it will work.
So we have 20 pixels now in the horizontal, but how do we work now in the vertical?
So in the vertical, gonna be, but no, it's fine, I think. So we can also go for the vertical here. And here, how about to call the same method? And here we can say, oops, the top and bottom part is going to be like that. And I want to make it special.
Okay.
So it's going to be 40, which is, I think, a little bit too much, isn't it?
I think not. If we have the search bar inside, it's pretty big.
Okay. Yeah, you are right. They take much space. Okay.
But what we can do now, because we see here the responsive layout is small screen, we call twice. And you know that I don't like that.
Yes.
So what can we do to fix that? We select the method that we want to have and extract. And then I press always Option Command V. And we get the possibility to select something. For example, that context. And then we can replace the occurrences. And I do that part in the top.
Yeah,
so now,
perfect. Okay, in a variable.
Yes. And instead of having here just calling it small screen, we call it is small screen. So we now know
is
exactly.
Mobile screen.
Or is mobile screen, even better. So give it always the best name that we can. So, and this one will be only executed once now, this part here, and that will be enough to build all the rest, so we don't have to multiply everything. So we keep it short and dry, and we keep it also expressive, so everyone can read it and understands what happens here.
Perfect.
Cool. Wow, my feet is sleepy.
Amazing. Okay.
Cool.
Cool.
Okay, next part. Where are we?
It's 22. Perfect. So the next part is gonna be a container with an image. Or better to say, there's gonna be each of container gonna be a stack again.
Yes, I think
because
also.
this container is a background image. We will have here some fancy container again, and on top of that we have a text.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sounds perfect.
Okay, so here we have text, and as next we have stack. And in the stack we will have a children, and in our children the first one gonna be a container. And in the container we should have somewhere an image, isn't it?
We can do that in the decoration.
We have the box decoration here. The image, finally. Should I use again the API that we have?
Yes, that would be best, I think. So far that we don't have any images, I think that is fine.
Network image again, and what I'm doing is just to copy and paste this one here.
So be mindful, not a network image, right? Even there you don't have directly the provider.
Oops. Here we go. We will have...
in a box decoration it's always a bit special, because in a box decoration we have a decoration image.
Oh!
Yeah.
Really? Okay, I thought it's here. And now, for sure we will have an image.
Correct.
And now it's a network image.
Cool.
I think I have some contour.
So close enough. So why don't we see anything?
I think because we didn't define the height and the width of our container.
Yes.
Which gonna be, for now, I would say, for example, the height's gonna be... I know, guys, you will say now we don't write any numbers here, but for now I will keep it and I will change it. Something like that.
Okay,
which is too small.
Is it? So what did we do with the image above to see now? To
stretch it.
Yeah, well, we fit it to the...
Fit it,
yeah.
Do I have here fit?
Not in the container.
But in the box decoration.
I think so, yes. Or inside of the decoration image then. Yes.
Yeah.
I think we have multiple parts here. You have always in fit a box fit.
Here.
And yeah.
Box fit dot cover, for example.
Close enough.
Close enough.
I think, yeah. But we can keep with that. The problem is that the image that we receive is 300 by 300.
Yeah.
And now we say it is just 100 high and 400 width. So it...
Okay, which means... here we go. Something like that.
Yeah.
But still, I can also adjust the numbers here.
You can? Yeah, sure.
For example. I'm not sure if this is the best way, but...
That looks like food, very interesting food.
Have you ever eaten something like that? Okay.
It's the fur of the day.
Yeah. Anyway, I will have a look here. Is the height of this container same as this one? No, not really. What I'm thinking about is if we should create a const through this container.
We can do that. Especially what I would suggest, the whole decoration could be a const, so that we can put that out. And as Jordi already, as George already mentioned it, we can
use it multiple times
and check against the small screen sizes. If we have now created a small screen size, we really should use it.
Yeah.
So we could say something like, take this constant with the decoration when it is a small screen. And if it's a bigger screen, we won't maybe take a bigger image or anything like that. And also what we can do is also thinking about the image sizes, because if we have a small image, if we have a small device, we want to call the API with different values, right? Yeah. So we have now the class with the responsive layout, so we should add all these different constants to that. Yeah. In my opinion.
Okay, perfect. So I would say, but before I will extract it, I will complete it here, and after that I will extract.
Okay, that's all right.
Okay, so what I would like to do is to add a border and some border radius to that. The border radius, I think it's radius dot. How did I do that? Border radius. This is gonna be only, I would say. Why? Because Max did some fancy design here, which means we need some radius here in the top left and button right.
Yes.
Here, which means, for example, in the top left, let's see what is the radius here. You told me.
Yeah, in that fancy tool, you have it on the right side, exactly the
Here.
30 is it.
This is 30. Great, the top left, I think I need again radius, circular, and it's gonna be 30. I would like just to see what's going on. The hot reload option that we have, and I will have button right, which is again the radius circular 30. Okay.
So
good enough, but I miss your, sorry Max.
No worries, go for it.
Size boxed. Size box is somehow with a height maybe of 20 for now.
Can we do instead of the 20 again the...
For sure. Here, which means that... What was the name of the class that we had? That was the variable, this mobile screen. We will have... we will have, how did I do that? That was the 20, and otherwise probably 30.
Okay.
But do you know what I'm thinking now? What I'm thinking is probably, no, the storyboard doesn't help us.
No.
I wanted to see in the same time how does it
be in the different modes. We could use that if we had now the desktop and it would work like we expected. I hope for the next time that we found a solution for that problem so we can show it. Then we can do that, because whenever we move it, we make the screen size bigger or smaller, it will react automatically, because thanks to the method that we call here, whenever we call, we see that here in the media query of context. And that part is very intelligent. That means whenever we change the screen size actually, or we rotate that screen, it will start to recalculate. And build the method again. So that is very handy if you have, for example, different screen sizes and everything. So yeah, that should help us in the future.
Okay, but the best solution would be that we will fix the Mac OS probably for the next time.
Yes, I think we do that in the next time. Then we can also show that a bit better, how it really looks like. And I think everyone is interested how that looks.
Perfect. So for now, what we thought is...
I have a special task for you. We need shadows.
We need shadows for sure. So in the decoration, I did here, we have here, and I would like to do some box shadow. This is gonna be a list of box shadow. Okay.
How do we do this?
Again. Okay. So just help me a little bit. It's gonna be the shadow follows the shape of the box. See also this one. I need help.
Okay, we have a list of box shadows. So just create a class box shadow.
Okay.
Here we go.
Box shadow. And here we'll have color, offset, and many other things.
Exactly.
So if I have a look here, we will have a shadow here, which is color with, this is
the opacity.
The opacity. And okay, so I should use
the black color.
The black color with
16%.
opacity.
Yeah.
So the color is the color's black.
Nope. We remember that I said that we want to have the decoration later as a constant.
Yes.
So if you use colors black, then you have the problem that that whole thing will not be a constant. So if we try that, you see it's getting red. And I think the same thing works for the network image later. We have to find a solution there. But at the moment, we want to try to keep everything as much as possible as a constant.
Okay.
So for that, that means we would have here a color, and we have to rewrite, unfortunately, that whole part once more, even though it is just the black one, as you remembered.
Okay.
And also the color XFF, you know, the FF is the opacity. So you have two options here, because that one is now a constant, which is beautiful, but you have the other options where you can here add the opacity, I think.
Yes.
So with opacity, and you could add that. The problem here again, because that is an evaluation, you lose again the possibility to make it a const.
Okay.
So we stick with the basic color here and give that 16% from that. So 250-50, and so 60% of 250-50 is, I don't know, let's take 20. I think that should be fine. And we see now, hopefully, a little bit of shadowing.
Did you save it?
No. And also we have to add the offset and blur radius, of course.
Okay. How much is our offset?
I think 0.3.
0.3.
Yes. And blur is 6.
Okay. Offset. The DX is
0.
0.
And the other one is 3.
Is 3. And we still need blur radius, which is the...
It's just a number, I think.
It's just number, which is 6 in our case.
So let's see if it worked. Doesn't look... does it work? Yeah, it works. Or on the top left, I see some...
So let's... Probably I will do it.
Yeah, and maybe make it...
or something.
No, I think the blur radius will destroy it as far as it goes, but maybe make the opacity a bit higher than 2. Maybe make it 2 a bit higher, like 33, for example.
Let's see, for example. Yep.
Can you make it 33? Just
33.
Yeah, but you see up there on the left corner, you see some of the shadow. So I think...
No.
Yeah, now it's getting stronger. But can you turn these around? So we want to have on the bottom, can you make the X alignment to 3 and the Y alignment to, well, maybe also 3? Let's see where it turns out. Yeah, so we get now a bit more shadow on the right side.
Yeah, here we can see it.
It's a bit more visible. So, yeah, these are the small things that we always want to cover. Okay. But this is it with the box. So can we...
Okay, is it the box? Is it complete now?
The question is, can we have the box shadow now in a constant, like we talked all the time?
Okay, let's have a look.
So try to have that in a constant. Can you write const in front of it?
Const.
And as you can see, everything is a constant. So everything is evaluated directly at the beginning when the application is running, getting built.
Wait, that means it doesn't need to rebuild again.
Correct. It will understand that, and it will never use that again. The benefit here is it has a big performance benefit. So colors and everything should be always a const if possible. Cool.
Perfect.
So now let's see if we can also const the whole thing. So because I think there will be some issues with that. Oh no, you see at that. So because that is just a string, it just takes it. Perfect.
Great. What I'm just thinking about is probably instead of using the string here, we should probably extract it and use the URL or a variable for that. And for this one, you have a shortcut.
Yeah, Command Option V.
Command Option V. Yeah.
Should work usually.
Command Option V. Not when I want to do that.
This too, right?
Yeah.
Okay, now it works.
That was exactly what I did.
Maybe you have to add the
Yeah, okay.
column. No. Yep, try it again. Here we go.
Yes. Perfect. So I will do this one. This is
Mhm.
gonna be the image URL.
Or yeah, for now we will
For now, we will
change that later.
change it later,
Mhm.
but that means I can also use it here.
No, you can't. We have different sizes for them. At the moment, we have
Oh,
that
yeah.
on 200, 400, and the other one on 300, 300. So that is quite a difference. So I would recommend to create 2 variables at the moment, and later we will anyway change these network images from our images that we receive from our SQL flight database.
Okay, so I will name it image URL Sliver.
Both are slivers, so it's not a good name. But maybe just what do
Yeah.
we have here? The recipe of the day, right? So maybe image URL of recipe of the day or so.
Okay, fair enough. Image URL
What are you doing?
recipe of the day. You said. Oh.
Yes, but that variable, right? So we don't want to create a new one.
I'm on the way, guys. So
Yeah, that is my computer. You have to. It worked, or even though. Sorry.
image URL recipe of day.
Something like that. So
Something like that.
it's expressive. We know where the image is coming from.
Okay,
Cool.
so great. Are we finished the decoration? I would say yes. Oh,
We have a shadow. We have no border, I think. No, I think that is perfectly fine. We can use that.
okay. The next one, the next thing that we need is a container, and
Yep.
after that we need the text, right?
Okay, yep. Let's try that.
So I will here use text. No, sorry for that.
No
But
worries.
first a container. Our container will have a height of is mobile screen.
Okay.
Is mobile screen gonna be 100 and else gonna be probably 200.
But be mindful, right? Because your container up there is just 200 height. So now it's half the size of it.
Wow, okay. You are right, okay. I think 50 or 40 or something like that.
We have to see it on the screen, right? Or we
Yeah.
have to take a look how high this is, and then we can
This
just
can also
see it,
help.
right?
Yeah. Which is
40 is
43.
roundabout.
40 is better.
So
I'll just bring this one. And the width is again is mobile.
the best thing would be for the future when we improve everything, we refactor, that we do that this container down here is relative to the container up here, so that we calculate a bit. So for example, we take up this minus like 33% or something.
Yeah, okay.
Cool. But for now, we keep it with that, I think.
The width of the bigger container is 400, so I will do for this one 300.
Okay.
And I didn't use this mobile for here.
No, but yeah.
Okay. Oops. And here gonna be 500 or something.
It would be most
No.
likely the width of the whole screen or something minus something.
Yeah,
But
the problem is,
yeah,
maybe.
as I said, we have to make it relative later. Maybe we can add a
Okay.
to-do or something.
Okay, and I need here some background color or color. Okay, I would say I will use the same method that you said, which is now the O0FF. For the white color is FFFO.
Correct. It's all full.
Here we go.
And make it const, please, in the front.
Yeah.
Cool.
Const. Gonna be this one. And how is our border? Okay.
I think we don't have a border, right?
No, I mean, how is the radius?
Okay.
I thought it's the same as here, but it's somehow fancy. Okay. So we have another border and other radius here, which means we need again some decoration, a box decoration here, and we will have a border radius. Oh.
No,
No.
only.
Only, where is it? I can see, here. Only, and here that was bottom right, right?
Correct.
I need the radius across, and I can, for sure, I can see here how much I have, 30.
Oh, we receive an error.
Something is here wrong. To provide both use decoration, box decoration, color. Okay, I see. What the problem is, because normally if we use a box decoration, we should use the color inside of the box decoration.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, which means I can actually.
It's not so comfortable, but hey, our studio is getting better.
Perfect.
Oh,
okay,
yeah.
we can see some stuff here, and I think we have also here an opacity.
Yeah, but this is under fill. You find it up here because it's also a shadow, but yeah.
Here, 80%.
Yes.
Which
So 250, 50, 80% would be something like DD or CC or something.
Let's see what's going on here. Oh, not bad. It's good.
Yeah, go for CC. I think it's
more.
Yeah, it's slightly visible, but that's all right. I think that's good enough.
Perfect.
I mean, whatever this ball of fur or feathers is, it's not
anyway, it's not a food. I hope it's not really food. I don't know.
Okay. So, and how do we get that container now on the bottom?
It's a good question. I think it has something with our stack. Slack. So we have here an alignment.
Yeah.
I think. Let's have a look here. Alignment geometry. Am I on the right direction?
You are close to it, I think. The alignment is already a very good keyword
alignment,
here.
Okay.
But is it for the whole stack? Do we want to align the whole stack? Or what do we want to align?
We want to align actually our in this container.
So maybe the container has an attribute called align, maybe?
Oh. Alignment.
Yes.
Button left.
For example, yeah.
But what I'm thinking is the alignment is not to the parent. What do you say that? It's not...
Yep, it's not to the parent. It's aligned inside. So the children will align on the bottom left. That is maybe correct. Or as we can see, it is correct.
It's correct,
Ah, that beautiful egg.
Yeah.
Who eats flowers? Is it saffron? No. More?
Maybe, I don't know.
I hope so.
No, I don't think so. But yeah. I don't know. Do you know, guys, what's that? Okay, it's a weird API that we have. So I think the alignment is not correct. What we have here.
Not inside of the container, that's correct. But how do we don't have to do it everywhere. So we want to just surround that container with an alignment, right?
Yeah. Okay, what we have for sure, an alignment widget.
It's align, I think. We can
align,
just
is it?
Yeah.
Okay. Can I use this one? Here we go. And alignment button left.
And still it doesn't work. Okay. Okay, maybe I was on the wrong path.
I think you should.
That's sad. I thought that this works. I was so convinced that it will work.
And now, Max. So let's see here. I think text direction, alignment, text direction, stack fit.
Ooh, all right.
The
My
question is that I think it's in the stack because you overlay the different children and the children.
So if we add now a text, it would be on the bottom left of the bottom left. So completely on bottom left. Okay.
I would say.
Interesting. So how do we get now that the container is not completely on the bottom?
Max, you and your design, really? You're right. Okay. I think we can use just bottom left or bottom right or something like that. We should use specified numbers for difference. Or don't you think that?
I'm not sure. I know that there is also a widget called Position It. I'm not sure if we can surround the container around this Position It and can say where it should be.
You are still convinced from your
No.
idea.
It's just an idea. I don't know. The problem is we can't use a padding, right? Because padding would just get eaten. Or can we use a padding bottom maybe? Because it's part of the stack.
Yeah, but it doesn't change the position. It's gonna if the container is here in the top and you surround it with the padding, so it's gonna be a little bit more down.
Yeah, but we can keep that alignment bottom left here and just add a padding for the container.
So, okay, yeah. I thought instead of.
It's just an idea. I'm not sure.
I think it's not a bad idea.
I don't surround it by a padding. We can just add the
use
parameter
the
here.
Padding.
Edge inset.
Don't like it.
Yeah, the edge inset is a bit special.
I will use everywhere.
Only, or we just need a bottom.
Bottom. Okay, you're right. I think the bottom. Should I use again our variable that we is mobile? What was that? Is mobile screen? It's gonna be maybe 10. Otherwise 20. And this is the bottom and on the left side.
I think on the left side it should be
Is
close.
it 0?
Yeah, it's 0. It's
right.
just padding
Yeah,
on the
perfect.
bottom. Cool. So remove that and let's see how it turns out.
We need this one. We need this. And
Yeah, I thought so. Unfortunately, the padding is not registered. It's not part of the stack. So it's just falling apart.
That means we should surround our container with the padding.
We can try that if that works, but I heavily doubt it. I think it's the same problem here.
Did I?
But we can try it. It's just
Are you still here? Can someone give us a...
Oh, we have still 11 viewers, so we are still very good. Hey guys!
So I will use here padding just to convince myself that it somehow should work.
Oh, what? Alright.
Perfect.
Because the parent is taking it. Okay,
Yeah,
that's interesting.
And here that was the bottom side.
The bottom side it is.
Bottom side, and I will use its mobile screen. And if it's true, please give me 20, otherwise give me 30.
Don't get so much confused. You get an error message, right? So
yeah.
What?
It's so cool. Please do it live channel again.
We plan it for next week again.
Yeah.
Again.
I hope that I'm not too slow for you guys, but okay.
I
have fun. So.
Sit at the end. Ashish?
Where I check?
I think Green Ashish. I think that sounds Turkey.
I'm
Yeah,
from
that sounds.
Yeah, great.
So, but I think your variable name seems to be wrong because why should it complain else, right? No, we have a.
We don't.
We have a const.
Oh yeah, okay.
And because that is evaluated, we can't do that in a const.
Yeah, perfect.
Cool, but I think 20 is a bit too high. I'm
Same.
really picky as a designer, right?
Yeah. A picky designer and developer.
Cool.
It's good. I love
look at that.
Perfect. So, last but not least, we will need a text.
Hey Lily.
Grüß aus Bayern. Hi Lily. How are you? Yeah. How are you doing? I wanted to switch to German, but it's not actually. We try to stay with English.
Yeah, that confused us a lot.
So, let's see. What did you? Oh.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
Max.
we don't have the info now, but we can just keep it with pancakes as a placeholder, and later we will add here what we get from the SQL flight.
Okay, fair enough.
Mm-hmm.
Pancakes, I will keep it and see.
Yeah, we
Can
have.
you see here some?
Yeah. The thing is, we have now the same problem like before, but could we have here a container, right? Could we not use the container as a reference?
Yeah. Or, actually, the container has a child, or
Exactly.
we can use the child and...
Correct.
But, okay, so we have here child, and I can... If it works.
Ah,
Perfect.
beautiful.
Now, I think I have here also a text align. And... I don't know now what's the name. Okay.
Too obvious.
It's center.
Okay.
No, this is not what we want. This is...
You want to have it in the height, right?
Yes.
I think.
So the left side is the right, or I don't need this one actually. It's
Yeah.
This is the vertical alignment. The vertical alignment doesn't work with the text align. I think it's gonna be. Should I wrap it in the align widget?
You can try that. Yeah.
What's the alternative?
We added to the container before an align statement, right? Maybe this could help us here.
Ah, okay.
Because it passes down to the children, but it not takes it down. It passes it down to the children, but it doesn't execute it to itself.
Okay.
So alignment dot maybe left center, right, or center left.
Here we go. Center left.
Perfect. Here we go.
Perfect. Just the only thing what I'm not sure. Can we use also inside of the container also padding or? Because of the text here. I think it's not bad if we bring it a little bit to the left. So,
to the right, but close enough.
To the right. Yeah. Okay, edge.
Yes, exactly, edge inset, the good one.
And now what I'm trying is to the left part, we need 10, for example.
Yeah, on mobile.
Oh, for sure. Is mobile screen. We will have this one. Otherwise, it's gonna be 20. I just use other numbers that we are all convinced it's the right way.
Yeah, we have to be maybe mindful or maybe change that in the future. I talked with Luke Pighetti last time and he mentioned that he creates like a grid. So he creates for all the different paddings that exists, he creates own constant variables and he uses them all over again so that everything is aligned in the perfect way. Like he multiplies by a certain number. So for example, if we use 10, then he uses, for example, always multiplies of 10. But never something in between. So there is 10, there is 20, but there it don't exist a 12 or something.
Okay.
So that you stay consistent with your design. Yeah. And a very good designer will be having, or not only a good designer, but a designer who cares, will have a big eye on that stuff.
Perfect.
Cool. So I think the text should be a bit bigger.
Oh yeah.
Oh, and then it's already 17. Wow, it's already at 5.
So we have text style here with the, maybe this is mobile screen is annoying to do now every time we could left.
George, I think that is perfectly fine. I think it's like remember ourselves that we have to convince that because yeah, exactly what you are writing is what you do usually in a normal project. And then at the end you think, if I did that already, we didn't do it now, we had already everything in place. So maybe it's good that we think about it and have it already in place. So just leading by example, I would say, right?
Naturally, it's a great example and we can learn.
Yeah, exactly. And I think even if it's tedious, I think everyone else learning is also to keep it like that because programming is not always fun.
Yeah, for sure. So,
okay. But that looks amazing, right?
Yeah.
So we have one card. The pancakes look a bit hot, maybe burnt. We should.
Probably it's a pizza.
Yeah.
I'm getting hungry. Okay.
Cool. So
I think
you deleted that.
Did it.
All
yeah,
right.
this was not with purpose.
Okay, I would say we'll wrap it up, or
I would
mean,
say the same,
5. We did a lot today.
Yeah.
We managed a lot. So thank you everyone for joining us. It was amazing. We
That
managed it.
Great experience. Sorry
Or-
for interrupting
yeah,
you.
no worries.
It was a great experience for me. We will continue next week again.
Mhm.
On Wednesday, we will. Could you please, Max, enhance our design a little bit more?
Yeah, sure. I will take there a bit more eye on it and improve it. I think.
No,
we'll
I
make-
mean the next screens. Actually.
Yeah, I would take an eye on it, and maybe we can have there more information. If you have some ideas how we can improve that design, write down in the comments. Give that video a like, subscribe our channel.
Yeah.
We need to be motivated.
And I think
Thank you for
nothing
joining.
then.
I
Thank
hope
you
you
very
liked that show or that working together in parallel. Maybe the next time I will code.
Yeah,
And then
it's your turn.
It's
and
my
I
turn.
will your mentor. Let's see how can I be your mentor. It will motivate me.
Cool.
So stay tuned and till the next week, guys.
till next week.
See
See
ya.
ya.